you know that people who like to be alone are actually the smartest, happiest people? If you like to be alone, then this video is about you. My name is Esti. I'm a Singaporean living in North Sweden. Being alone helped me to be a more understanding person, more accepting of others. Being alone helped me to find the time that I need to evaluate the whole situation before I comment or say something. I read that people who like to be alone are actually the most sensible, most emotional, most loyal person. And I recognize all this because I am a very loyal friend, and I don't have so much friend. I just need one or two and I'm really satisfied. I'm actually very selective when it comes to friends. I only interact with people with the same intellectual mentality. Usually people who are alone, they don't have so much friends and they are fine with that. So that's the same for me also. As I grow older, I start to realize that, why am I wasting time entertaining people, talking to people who don't even really care about me and, only care about themselves. So to me, it's a waste of time. So right now, I just am very selective. I also realize that people who like to be alone, they are very sensitive. They care about other people a lot of empathy. So it doesn't mean that the fella is alone, he doesn't care about you. It's actually the opposite, because he cares for your time, your space, and that's why he doesn't want to disturb you. So the same with me also. I don't like to ask for help unnecessarily. Unless, I really can't solve the problem, then I will ask for help. But it's very, very seldom. I have quite a strong moral. When I was in Singapore, it's not so. I think I built up my moral here because I think Sweden, they have highly moral people. And from there I learned from this kind of personality, which is really good. You differentiate right and wrong, and then you look at things different perspective. That is why I say it's very important to have the alone time, so that you could use this time to analyze yourself, to find out more about yourself, and then learn those things that are good for you. I am very open to people, not in a way that I tell you all kinds of sad story or my personal stuff. I mean, open is open to experience. I like to experience new things. I like to travel, preferably alone, and to places that are not so many people. My mind doesn't really work when I am around a lot of people. We always work towards being acceptance to your parent, from your classmate and your friends, right? For me, as I grow older, being alone for such a long period, I just find that it's totally wrong. You shouldn't seek for acceptance on others. You must accept yourself first. I think it's really important to live a life because you're not living for others. When we listen to too many opinions and what other people think about us, we're not going to be positive, because a lot of people, they are not that positive. So again, it all depends on who you are interacting with. That is why I prefer to interact with people with intellectual. They are more aware of how other people feels and not so selfish. When you are younger, you have a problem accepting your own fault. So I think when you are alone, you have this time to reflect what you have done in the earliest day. And because you got this time to be alone, you are able to think more logically, sensibly, what you have done. So for someone who's been alone for a long time, they are more acceptance of others and more accepting on their own fault. And they don't mind saying sorry. When I was younger, I think it's very difficult for me to say I'm sorry, but as I'm growing older, it's much easier. And I think being alone is so important, because without that alone time, you won't got time to go and think about all this, right? Being alone helped to organize my thoughts. And when your thoughts is right, the way you live, everything is like in order. So you notice people who like to be alone, usually they are very organized, not only in their brain, but the way they live. In the younger day, we make more mistakes, right? Because we have to study, and then after that you have to go to work, earn money, and then you have maybe a love life, start a family. You really don't have that alone time. When my daughter has moved out, I have more alone time. Me and LG, we respect each other alone time. When he knows that I need time to be alone, he will just leave me alone. And it is good for him also, because he also likes to do his own stuff. If you have a partner that is like stick onto you, then it will be very difficult for you to have alone time. Being alone makes you very independent, because you could analyze, you could solve your problem by yourself. You feel like you don't really need other people around you to help you, to assist you. For me, my alone time is like going out to the forest by myself. Some people, they ask me, hey, you dare to be alone? You're not scared of bear and animals? Of course I'm scared. You just need to be smarter. Don't go to those places where the wild animals are. Picking mushroom is a really good therapy to be able to give yourself, a conversation, like having a conversation with your best friend. You need that conversation with yourself, which is what I always believe. You are your own best friend. If you are not your own best friend, then who is, right? So talk to yourself more often, because when you are having your partner around, it's very difficult for you to talk to yourself. Then your partner probably think that you're cuckoo, right? I know this LG like to talk to himself quite a lot. So which is really, really good, because then you have like a company. You don't have to keep asking me. He's like that, when he watch television, he always asks, oh, what happened? The television is right in front. So I tell him, just keep watching, and then you get your answer there. So quite annoying sometimes, right? If you're staying in an apartment, small apartment, it can be a bit difficult. For me, I'm very lucky. I stay in quite a big house, so we have different rooms. Like this room is my studio room, so I could just go to this room. It's like an escape for me, so it's really good. But if you have a small apartment, maybe you can just leave the house, go out to the park for a walk. In Singapore, it's really busy. We don't have so much alone time. It's like very difficult, because everywhere you go is people, right? I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you do, give a thumbs up. I like to hear from you what you guys think. If you recognize some of the things that I mentioned, I would love to hear from you. If you haven't subscribed, do that, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.